Welcome to 3.33 FM, Nightfall Station. You found the frequency. Now, let's hope you can tune out. The passenger. The bus was nearly empty when Daniel got on. Late night. Just him, the driver, and a handful of silent passengers. The kind who don't make eye contact. The kind who stare out the window like they're watching something you can't see. Daniel sat near the back, where the seats smelled like old vinyl and something else, something faint and metallic. He glanced up. That's when he saw her. A girl, 3 rows ahead, sitting stiff, hands folded in her lap. She was turned slightly, just enough that Daniel could see her profile. She looked familiar, but not in a way that made sense. Her dress was old-fashioned, pale blue, the kind of thing you'd see in black and white photos. The fabric barely moved when the bus jolted, like it was heavier than it should be, like it was wet. The driver hadn't stopped to let her on. Daniel frowned, watched her. Something about the angle of her head, the way her chin tilted just slightly down. Was she waiting for him to notice her? Or she knew he would? His stomach twisted. The bus felt too warm, the air thick, pressing against his skin. He knew deep down that he shouldn't look directly at her. He still did. She turned her head, slowly, like something mechanical, deliberate. Her eyes found his, and Daniel's breath left his body in a sharp, frozen gasp. Her face wasn't wrong exactly, but it wasn't right either. Her eyes were dark, hollow, not in color, but in depth, like looking into a place where light refused to reach. Her mouth curled, just slightly. Not a smile, not anything kind. Daniel couldn't move, and then she spoke.
"You're late."
His heartbeat slammed against his ribs. His fingers dug into the seat. He tried to answer, but his throat was tight, locked, like he'd swallowed something too big, too sharp. The bus shuddered over a pothole. Daniel blinked. She was gone. No sign of her. No pale blue dress. Just an empty seat. The leather cracked, something faintly wet on the fabric. The bus hissed as it pulled to a stop. Daniel staggered out, breath sharp, chest tight. He didn't look back. He was halfway down the street when he noticed something cold in his pocket. His fingers closed around it. Slowly, he pulled it out. A bus ticket, crisp, untouched. The date printed on it was decades old. He stared at it, heart pounding. Behind him, the bus rumbled away into the distance. And for just a second, too quick to be sure, he saw her reflection in the stop's glass, sitting perfectly still, waiting for the next passenger. VHS. Layla restored old VHS tapes. It was a dying craft, but there were always collectors, or people desperate to salvage their childhood memories from deteriorating plastic and magnetic strips. Most tapes were the same. Birthday parties, weddings, home movies of people long forgotten, grainy ghosts of laughter and clumsy camera work. Then she found the tape. It was unmarked. No label, no branding. Just a black cassette tucked into the bottom of a donation box. The plastic felt oddly cold when she picked it up. She slid it into the player. The footage flickered, lines of static crawling up the screen. A backyard birthday party. Kids running, balloons tied to a picnic table. Late 90s, maybe early 2000s. The camera wobbled as someone zoomed in on a little girl blowing out candles. Then, a jump in the footage. A glitch. The guests were gone. The table stood abandoned, The balloons sagged, half deflated. The cake sat untouched, its candles melted to wax puddles. Layla frowned. Tapes degraded all the time, but this... She rewound a few seconds, pressed play again. Same party, same candles, same happy chaos. Then, the glitch, the empty yard, and now, something new. A figure in the house. Layla leaned closer. In the upstairs window, a dark shape stood motionless, its features lost to the grainy footage, just a smudge, barely visible behind the glass. She rewound again. The party, the glitch, the empty yard. The figure, closer, in the window. But on the first floor. A sharp chill crawled up her spine. She rewound once more, fingers tense over the buttons. Play. Party. Glitch. Empty yard. The front door of the house was now open. The hallway inside was dark, and the figure closer to the door. Layla's stomach turned. The screen flickered. The figure shifted, its head tilting, as if looking at her. Layla's hand hovered over the rewind button. The figure moved. The footage sped up. The house darkened. The screen filled with static. Then, a frame. A single, frozen frame of her, sitting in her workshop. A reflection in the TV screen behind her. Something standing, right behind her chair. The guest. That night, it was raining. The kind of heavy, drowning rain that makes the streets shine, makes everything feel slower. He ordered his usual, some dumplings and fried rice. The delivery app said 30 minutes. He zoned out to the TV, half watching some rerun. The glow of the screen flickered against the walls. Then a knock. Too early. He checked his phone. The app still showed the driver en route. He hesitated, then opened the door. The man outside wore a delivery uniform. Dripping wet, hood pulled low, plastic bag hanging from his fingers. There was something about his posture. Too stiff, too still.
You already let me in.
What?
You already let me in.
Alex's grip tightened on the doorframe. His apartment was small, a studio. He could see everything from the doorway. There was no one inside, no signs of entry.
Huh. I think you got the wrong place, man.
Number, I was just inside. I saw your kitchen. The takeout boxes on the counter. The red couch with the stain on the armrest. The TV playing. That episode.
Alex's stomach dropped. His kitchen did have takeout boxes on the counter. His couch was stained. And the TV... The rerun was no longer background noise. The characters were gone. Just an empty set. A couch, a TV, the walls of a studio apartment. His studio apartment. Alex's breath hitched. His fingers fumbled for his phone. He glanced at the screen. A notification. New photo received. He tapped it open. A picture. Taken from inside his apartment, facing the doorway. In the frame, the back of his own head, and just behind him grinning, the delivery man. Still listening? You made it through. But the signal from 3.33 FM, Nightfall Station, once found, never leaves you. Hit subscribe and drop a comment. Tell us, What followed you back tonight?